Part two on September 1st. Got our studio audience here. So just some like simple observations. So how does Crystal Ray play? They really love, right? They really love using their backs, and they really love to switch the field in this area, right? They had a few balls down in here, right, for the crosses. I didn't see any over the top or through balls, right? But they love getting the ball in here and putting that high crossover, right? That's how they got their goal. Well, let's see how their goal. I think the high cross came over. What can you see? It? High cross came over. I think we headed it out to someone, and then they like put it right back in, right? And the guy chest and boom, right? So I mean, the simple thing: how do you defend that goal? We just got to have a defender right on him. But I mean, it was a good play.
I think you look back at it, he came out, but then it was so quick and chest and then pushed it out.
Yeah.
Derek kind of was like flat-footed.
Yep. No. And there's a good goal is a good goal, right? But you know, the thing that I also saw this year against Hiawatha, they really loved using this right side. You know, getting the ball strong on the right side, you know, and then trying to bring it over. What's going to be key for us, right, is going to be a combination of one, playing good defense all around, right? As we've worked on, right, not being parallel to the play, but as we worked on having really good posture. So us being and solid defense, but also, right, we what's our three things that we do on defense? Oh, the truth, right? Yeah, we gotta name these things, right? Well, when you're a defender, you want to make it predictable and slow it down. But we emphasize this with our four, right? We have our first guy is the pressure, cover, and balance. And that's not just, right? That's not just for our back four guys, right? We really got to have that pressure, cover, and balance, right? And, you know, and a key to that, even your body position, is knowing that you have cover, right? And hopefully that kind of came out when we started doing, 2-on-1 drills with that. But then also, like, when Ethan and Jordan and Braylon are playing the middle, right? You guys got to do the same. So, right. So the being able not to let them do really quick and simple walkarounds, you know, and keeping them to a side. Now, one of the things that we'll probably talk about more too is typically, right, when the ball is here, you want to force your guy outside. But when the ball is up here and they're bringing it down, a lot of times you want to force the guy to the inside because you're forcing him to your teammates, right? You're forcing him when you're the outside guy, right? And you force him outside and he beats you, that's when they can make that run all down. And they did that several times against Hiawatha, you know. Other than that, you know, I think it's really going to be key just us challenging goal kicks and punts. And part of it is just plain old intensity, you know. If we play like we did on Thursday, it's going to be on Trinity, it's going to be a game. If we play like we did against West Lutheran, it's going to be ugly. You know, that's really, you know, bottom line with that. Especially with the we really got to get those. So with the turf, so I would say in general, like we're used to turf, but the turf could be to their advantage just because they have their higher end skill and ball right? And so the turf, you know, gives a really good ball handler a good advantage. Even more so, we got to be smart. And them on the back, in the middle,
smart. When they probably the biggest thing is if we can think of they're going to possess on us and bring it back, they bring it this way. One of our goals is not to let them bring it back this way. You know, it's going to happen, and it's not like right. It's not like ever giving up a dangerous play, but right, they're going to want to bring that ball back over here, so right. And so our forwards, and you know, you kind of picture that, right? After they do it 2 or 3 times, right? You can anticipate it, and get ready for it, and try to figure out where you can intercept your passes, especially when they're passing back here, and they're looking for their inside guy here, right? They're still not 1/3 of the field. These are the times where you take chances, right? You try to step in front of that guy. And you see that, right? Both the forwards and midfielders, you know, be aware of that. So, any other thoughts, comments, or we continue to watch? Questions? To a certain level, right? We're okay with him doing this, right? As long as we can keep it contained, you know, so that right, the trade-off, if we're absolutely not going to do that, we can make guys up here, right? And then we'll make them around and then they have numbers, right? So, you know, so somewhat, right, we do want to, right, not that we're dropping back into a shell, you know, where this area here, you know, and, you know, they're going to keep it here, okay, they're going to keep it here, right? And they'll get their crosses from here in, you know, that's something that we're willing to give up more so than them getting it in here, open and trying to quick giving goals. And you know, right. And so there's the trade-off is this, right? One, it's like, I think at the beginning of the game, you kind of let them do in the back what they're going to do, right? Try to get a sense of it. Well, they get a sense of it. And probably what I would put a key thing to do is when are you going to make an attack? Or when are you going to switch things up? You know, so if they're getting very used to bringing the ball back, bring it over, right? Doing that, you know, as far as like our 2 forwards, it doesn't sort of game. You know, it's the second half for now, we're going to be doing more passing, right? And so it also just with you and Jordan being aware of this, right? And so when we see what they do, right, the thing that you can be aware of, right, is especially these long passes, right, and start to come over, right, and then we're looking to start to cheat, you know, cheat over, we know what's coming, and we take some chances, you know, and this is a good place to take chances, right? This is a place where we want to do, right, more high risk, high reward type of stuff. If we don't get the ball to get it through, okay, right, we're not in a dangerous situation, right? And the main thing is, right, our forward also up there, they're crazy, you know, that they're going to lose their win too. So we're really balance, right? But probably the main thing is, you let them do their game and get a feel for it, and you put that first touches, right? You're very, very prompt to make a mistake, okay? Then I think back to when you play to do it, you just haven't worked this much or talked about much so fast. Then, right, then the game is this. It's like, okay, do not let them come this way. Right? So this guy gets the ball, keeps him pass over here. Right now, we should have a forward taking away this pass here. You know, and it's like, okay, now you guys can play, but now you're going to play over here, not going to bring the ball over here. Right? And this is where our winger, right, or our midfield is looking for this long pass over, right? They have to come to here to come intercept it. Or to at least a long pass with pressure on it. So anticipating making a bad trap. But in general, not just for this game, my other key point is just anticipating. Right? We, again, what's the thread? You think, well, I was your first day of school. That's right. First, you played right away. There is just a lot of watching. Okay. And so, and I think one of the things that this team all around got to do is not just also engage when that ball is in my area, right? It's like anticipate, like if this pass does go through, then I'm going to be there, right? As it's going, you're going to anticipate a spot, or right, going up along. I see him coming, right? I'm going to anticipate he's going to make a mistake. Or there's a big blind, their defenders lined up for it. I'm anticipating going to skip outside, or it's going to bounce, right? Just all across the board. Really got to start anticipating, because that is means part of the game, especially against competitive teams.
Any other thoughts before we'll say play again?
Just in the beginning of the game, there's like a lot of open space in the field, and so like that's like my biggest concern, because like on that space when gets array a lot of time, it's like dang, especially if it's in like our midfield.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, from what I've seen so far, right? They didn't really do a lot of damage right in here. It was coming around these sides and then put it in. I saw one ball go in here, a guy come out, right? Do a little pass to the other guy. I think they got a shot off that wasn't on goal or wasn't a hard shot, right. And part of it is, right, we do gotta pick our battles, so it isn't like you guys played terrible last year. Okay, in this game. And it isn't like there's like tons of stuff that need to be corrected, right? You still made them work for those goals. I mean, we won't use that excuse, that field, but that field is that field, and so, but it's just we got to play like West Lutheran played us. They were just all over the 50-50 balls, right? They're anticipating. They were the less skilled team, but they made a game of it, and so, and you could argue they had more dangerous shots overall, or more dangerous opportunities, so you're right, Ethan. It's like, we don't like to give up that space, and hopefully this game will give it up less, but I can't tell you this is how you should play to not do that. The most I can tell you is anticipate more when that ball is coming to a guy, right? That we're on him. And probably what doesn't hurt us if a guy gets the ball with space, if we defend it correctly. If we're not too aggressive, if we don't overcommit, if we close out, contain him, right? When they get it in our third of the ball, we never want to give a guy time that he can pick and choose a pass or a shot, right? And so, but yeah. All right. Okay. So now we're going back here. We'll continue to press play. We'll do full screen. And we are continuing. Okay, they got the ball on the outside. They did the overlap. Right? That was a nice little play. Okay, now we popped it in. And the video can't figure out where the ball is. Game, did they score on any corner kicks? Yeah.
Like the line, like the wall.
They're not really that good at corners.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is okay. This is okay. We just kept in front of them. Is their center back still around? Yeah. Was he 11 last year?
This year?
Last year he wasn't though, right? No, because the 11 last year was a strong player. I thought he was a junior.
I think I think he. I don't know where he's going.
Someone said he was there
I just
at the game.
they hit it there too. Not a 9 though.
It's 8:30, right? So here, how do I go backwards? How far did it go back? Here we're getting out way slow. This is way slow for the first half of a game. Okay, look at this right here. Right? Right, yeah. I mean, we're all back except for one forward, 30 yards and back. And these two guys just have nothing, right? Or no one on them. So that's the type of stuff we can't give that up, right? So this is just another free play. So part of it, right, too, is soccer is somewhat mathematics. So if they get 10 opportunities compared to 20 opportunities, they're probably going to get more goals, right? So you think about that when you give up corner kicks. You know, that's why you hustle and try to get the ball sideline instead of let it go over the end line, because a corner kick is so much more dangerous, right? And so we give up more of those. And so same way too, you know, the more crosses that we give up, or, you know, the more, if they have the ball in the 40 and we just say, obviously go ahead and take it, and we have no pressure at all. The more pressure, smart pressure we have on a guy, the more they're not going to make a perfect pass, the more they'll be rushed, right? The more that ball will be bouncing, all of those things, right? And so, and that, you know, that's a big part of the game. I know the main problem is you don't have Phil on the field. I know. I said that for benefit of him listening.
He said he didn't even like it.
It's a little good for him to get like getting stronger.
Yeah. But I don't think he even liked the actual game.
Well, of course you wouldn't like football. Come on, that's such a given.
Isn't he just like, he was a kicker and what else?
Oh, he's a kicker?
Great quarterback at first.
Okay, right there. Look at this. The ball came right to this guy right here. We have 5 guys, a nice, you know, pentagram, and we don't have a guy literally, I don't think we have a guy within 8 yards of the ball, of where it landed. And that's the most obvious spot for the ball to land, right? It's a right side. Our goalie's right, goal kick. He's going to be aiming between the circle and the sideline. That's about the depth our goalies can kick, just inside the circle, right? And so to not have a white shirt start there, right? I mean, that's just basic. It's different if we had a white shirt start there and he didn't get it, right? So that's the type of thing when you hear me say, you know, we need to be at reception depth, right? We need to have a winger and a midfield and our 2 forwards kind of all just like we did that drill, right? right there. Okay. Yeah, two. So this is, we gotta, you're talking about the press, right? We do have to put up some more challenge. Right? Cause when this two like that, well, I want to see this throwing. Go backwards. Why is it not going backwards? I'm hitting back arrow. And click on what?
Now you can do probably. There you go.
Okay, so this. Okay, so right now, you guys, what it looks to me is you guys are like, you're playing on our third of the field. Right? So that throws, we got to be, so we can't park the bus, especially when you guys are behind right now. Right? And so I think that's a little bit of, and that's not uncommon. So you guys are in this game, first 15 minutes, you guys, not necessarily controlled, but you guys had the upper hand of keeping the ball on their end. Right? The first 15 minutes compared to this last 10 minutes was really different. Do you guys see that? Okay. That's not, so the other team is starting to control the ball a lot, right? They're starting to possess a lot. So that the reflex is just to back up because they're going to get it and they're going to come. Okay. So the part of this is we still have to have the mentality. And I think you guys said it, hopefully, maybe you're in better condition this year. But right, we still got to extend that up, and play at least in our full half of the field. Right? Because this throw in, right? Again, I mean, this is just like, we're making it very easy on them. Throw it in there, right? Look what they have, right? They have the diamond set up, but then there's just no one here to challenge. We got our two forwards. Okay, so who's this? Alexis. Is he playing a winger? Okay, way out of position for a winger. That's so silly. Did you see what he did? Okay, I don't know who Alexis is. A wonderful person. Okay, I'll just say that. But as far as just teaching, he's out of position, right? And so you don't. Right, there's no reason for him to go for the ball. Miguel was there and completely leave this guy alone. Right, so I would say the pass. It's okay to give this guy a pass, but Alexis probably should be at least right in between the ball and this player, especially is that Miguel or whoever's right on the guy. That's so Ethan, you're there, right? And anticipating, can you guys see my arrow? Right? You're right in this area. Then the pass goes. Then you have time to approach him to close out and make sure he makes a perfect pass. Right? And most likely, if you're there, he stops the ball and brings it all the way back. And that's okay. Right? But now I don't even know what's going to happen next, but we've given him a dangerous play. Right? So now we're there. Okay. So here, we have three guys committed to the ball. That's also ugly. Okay? When we have three guys committed to the ball deep, they have numbers somewhere. Okay? Okay, he's going to bring it back. Really smart. Hosea and this kid Juan Carlos won city championships when they were 10 and 11 years old. Okay, so learn from that play, right? So that was a really smart play. The kid, you don't dribble into the teeth of three guys. He identified it. But now right, the white shirts, the Hope should be back inside our 25. Now their possession game can happen well inside their half. That's part of the going forward, right? Bringing it back. That is an example of protect and delay. Right? You protect the ball, bring it back, right? Now they can make a lot more dangerous plays here. That right there too. So Ethan, you're saying like, how can we take away that? Right? So our forward took that away, right? And that pass all the way across there, I'm not saying you can take away it every time, but that's when you start seeing that. That's the type of pass where if we get a guy sneaking up here, we're looking for that pass. And then that's where we make that run to intercept. Those long passes are right in this area from side to side. That's the best pass to try to steal. Because they'll get lazy about it, or they'll mishit it, or they'll have a bad first touch. So part of it is, it's kind of like basketball. You're waiting for the opportunity to pick off a pass. You don't go there every time. It's like you're setting them up, right? And then when there's that opportunity, then you go. But in the meantime, you make sure you're just playing good position defense. Okay, they switch it over. They went side to side, green to green. Look at, see the run, the overlap run. I don't think he gets the ball. Forward came back. Right? I'm not sure what's going to happen here, but the forward came back. We got a guy on the ball. It's a really good challenge, right? The defender passed the ball, and now he, I believe, is making one of those give and go runs where you try to go right within like 2 yards of him. I'm not sure if he's going to do that, but from this position, I see. Can you guys see one? Do you see their triangle they have set up? Right? Someone say yes, coach. Right? You see it? Right? This guy that passed it, if he just makes that sprint to the middle of there, and he just kind of does the little flick like Isaiah did to us at Trinity, right? Our defense naturally standing flat-footed, not that we shouldn't be, right? Because we're still, and they have a guy sprinting through. However, see that? That guy right there, can you guys see my arrow? He made it through there untouched. Their forward missed him by keeping the ball and coming to the inside versus just doing a little flick to the right and letting him run onto it. That's the type of stuff, Miguel, and I want our other forwards, Josh, I want you guys to be doing when you're coming back to the ball. And right, so now we're within 30 yards. This is where you take chances. This is where you be creative. This is right. You take the high risk stuff because there's going to be high reward, you know, and maybe that little flick doesn't work 5 times, but then the 6th time, right? There's a potential of a 1-on-0, you know, with doing it. So, okay. So, and good, smart kid, he decides, right? He decides, I'm not going to dribble in teeth. Eventually he gets possession, passes it back, 1 touch, taking a chance. Doesn't look like this is going to mount to anything. Oh, what am I talking about? That was a great play. Okay, how do I go backwards? Look at the mouse. Okay, so now let's figure out. That was very dangerous. And what's sad about it is what do we do in this situation? How did that guy, again, I don't see a white shirt within 5 yards of that kid on the 6-yard line. Besides, I'm not gonna great decision. I'm not gonna dribble into the teeth of the opposition. Right? So we're not gonna fall. Right? That's what I'm guys panic. Just get close. You don't have to shoot.
I got the little spinning wheel. Okay, now he's good pass on this kid. Right? He just dumps it in. Nice little touch on the ball. Pass, it should be inside of the defender, right? Got it there. Where's the ball? Here should be like right there. That's loose. That's better than that's I think it's just because I've clicked it 20 times. Oh, this is what I don't like, guys. So, yeah, Jared and Luis are two center, right? So, it looks like Jared's playing right center back. And the preferred thing to do is like should have to the ball. Center back trying to find this area, right? Because they got three blue or black shirts right there on the inside. This situation right here, I would prefer, right, that our right defender would be all the way over on our post, right, and our back over in the wall. Yeah, so, how do I refresh the page? It's really full. I was deleting, but hey, it's my oh, even is being funky. But we got it up. Because it's getting close, and I didn't want to go past it. Yeah. If you look right, the opportunities the other team gets. I don't know, but some guy boys, they really did like 90%. Okay. And a little bit of that situation that we identified, that their guy received the goal kick. And that kind of circle of guys, 8 yards around him. Right? So that's what we have to break. Right? Yeah. Well, I think so. So I mean, this is why I looked at tape from you guys the whole year long, right? So, but you know, every team has certain things. You just have a personality to it, right? It just happens. And so I'm not trying to say the whole team. You guys always say that, whatever, right? But just we know right now we had one game against the inferior team that we did that, you know. And if anything, we're just trying to point it out. Right? We did it. Going on, we didn't do that yesterday. You know, so part of it, right, I'm gonna like Josh, Andy, Luis, Maurice plays forward. You know, I'm gonna tell you, you guys are gonna learn your bread and butter by receiving um, our goal kicks. It's like we got to have our goal kicks and punts. We got to be able to do something with them. Right? That minimal, right? We got to match up with the other team. And that's sheet to say we wanted as many as they did. You know, and the other thing was just going for them, right? Like the point that we pointed out, the sad part, that the kid received it, but he had no pressure on him. So, right, so he received it, he scanned the field, and then he made a play. And so even if we had someone in the area going for it, it would force him, right? Not just in bed, you know, do whatever you want. Right? But it would put pressure on him, and he got faster, he could just choose what he did. You know, and so that's, seen all across the field. We always want to, the initial things, put pressure on the ball, super pressure. Well, if you're on full speed, and the guy just tap around you, but get a just solid defensive technique on the person, ready to run with them, and I think that there are more how many teams will face that as a better, Crystal Ray, I really know their schedule is going to have just across the board, just a good skilled players, and so that's what you just got to identify. Is you just got to be really smart, really aggressive, got to anticipate, can't stab, can't poke, we just got to make the best of our opportunities, and we're still putting that together for us, and we'll put the ball over the top or through a few times. We'll try to switch fields. We'll try to figure out how to protect and delay. Get the ball that just sets kind of a, there's going to be anticipating there's going to be a goal or two that's just going to be very quick off of a goal kick or a punt because it just gets right back in and bounces weird, and we're hoping it's us that we're ready for. The other thing is if our forwards is just ready for this goalie that sees that hands, there's going to be a couple of balls that are going to bounce out crossbar or post. And where's it? Oh, they're just sitting there. We got it, right? So we just got to crash them down. Yeah, I know that so going to saying sometimes, right? There's panic shots, but also, right? There's you have to score goals when you're shots for. So, well, it's certainly good. If our team is paying attention, if we can get some good wood on it, right? If we can get that ball hard, there's always been a problem with it. Yeah. Yeah. So especially on the turf, right? Yeah. Yeah. And so we should be right on, and so. So I think that's the thing. And again, against us Lutheran, the shots that we have, we shoot, and we just watch. No one is like, we believe upset. Also, our set place, that ball comes in the air, or kicks whatever, if he gets his hands on it, someone should be thinking, I'm going to make a beeline, just to brush my shoulders with his chest, because that ball might fall way down. And I get my foot there, right? But hopefully you have a good goal before so you can't just bounce it down and stuff like that. It's all good. Yeah. Yeah. And I want to make runs and get on that every time. So your game should be coming back to the ball, setting stuff up, and maybe 4 or 5 times you're doing that. 1 out of 5 times you're making a run, right? And we have to have our other players, Josh, Andy, right? We got to send those guys. We have one of those positions. We identify that we're not going to send him to the corner, but he's going to be more either at number 9 or if he's 4, he's coming back to the ball and he's going to help us switch the field. And he's got to really